Welcome to the Gateway Experience, a unique technique developed by the Monroe Institute for achieving altered states of consciousness. In order to understand the Gateway Experience, it is essential to explore related methods such as hypnosis, transcendental meditation, and biofeedback. By comparing and contrasting these techniques, we can establish a frame of reference that will help us comprehend the underlying principles of Gateway. Prepare for an exhilarating overview of perhaps one of the most monumental and groundbreaking studies ever done. The topics we will be discussing today will get heavy with scientific theory, philosophy, and profound implications of the intermingling of the two. You may need to watch this video 2 or even 3 times to fully comprehend what I am about to tell you, but trust me, it is highly worth it. Let's begin with hypnosis. Psychologist Ronald Stone and biomedical engineer Itzhak Bentov suggest that hypnosis allows direct access to the sensory motor cortex and pleasure centers of the right hemisphere by bypassing the stimulus screening function of the left hemisphere. The left hemisphere, responsible for self-cognitive and verbal reasoning processes, screens incoming stimuli, categorizes them, and assigns meaning before allowing passage to the right hemisphere. In other words, the left hemisphere acts as a filter to stop our right hemisphere from partying too hard and clucking like a chicken. When the left hemisphere is distracted or in a relaxed state, external stimuli, including hypnotic suggestions, can pass unchallenged into the right hemisphere. The right hemisphere accepts these suggestions without questioning, leading to various effects such as emotional reactions, sensory/motor responses, and activation of pleasure centers. It's kind of like the drug scopolamine, but that's a topic for another video. For example, the suggestion of numbness in the left leg, if accepted by the right hemisphere, can trigger an electrical reaction in the corresponding area of the sensory cortex, resulting in a feeling of numbness. Similarly, suggestions of happiness or enhanced concentration can stimulate pleasure centers, or access and used information storage capacity, respectively. Now let's explore transcendental meditation. Unlike hypnosis, this technique involves intense concentration on drawing energy up the spinal cord, perhaps one of, if not the most important part of the human body. It even comes with its own built-in armor. It is believed to create acoustical standing waves in the cerebral ventricles, which are then conducted to the gray matter in the right cerebral cortex. This all sounds like pseudoscience mumbo-jumbo. But what does this mean? Itzhak Bentov explains that these standing waves stimulate and polarize the cortex, causing a signal to travel along the homunculus, starting from the toes and moving upward. In the context of the brain, a homunculus refers to a neurological representation of the human body within the brain's sensory and motor cortex. There are 2 types of homunculi, the sensory homunculus and the motor homunculus. The altered rhythm of heart sounds during meditation sets up sympathetic vibrations in the fluid-filled cavities of the brain, leading to the formation of these acoustical waves. The described blissful states resulting from Kundalini experiences are believed to be the brain's self-stimulation of pleasure centers caused by the circulation of a current along the sensory cortex. It is noteworthy that these developments predominantly occur in the right hemisphere, while symptoms often manifest on the left side of the body. While traditional transcendental meditation requires years of practice, exposure to specific vibrations in the range of 4 to 7 Hz or mechanical stimuli can achieve similar effects, triggering Kundalini sequences in individuals with sensitive nervous systems. Another method worth mentioning is biofeedback. Unlike hypnosis or meditation, biofeedback utilizes the left hemisphere's cognitive powers to gain access to various areas of the right brain, such as the lower cerebral, motor, and sensory cortices, as well as pain or pleasure centers. Instead of suppressing or bypassing the left hemisphere, biofeedback trains it to visualize desired results and recognize associated feelings when the right hemisphere successfully accesses specific areas. Self-monitoring devices like digital thermometers provide feedback, informing the left brain of successful right brain activation. Once the pathways are established, the left brain can consciously and demandingly instruct the right brain to reproduce the desired results. Biofeedback has been employed to achieve pain relief, enhanced healing, stimulation of pleasure centers, and other physiological outcomes. It can also aid beginners in achieving deep meditative states through the visualization of the desired results. As we have seen, hypnosis, transcendental meditation, and biofeedback all offer unique approaches to altering consciousness and accessing different aspects of the mind. The Gateway experience, developed by the Monroe Institute, combines and expands upon these methods, introducing a technique known as hemi-sync, which we will explore in detail. So far we explored the concepts of brain coherence, deep transcendental meditative states, and the alteration of the fundamental resonance pattern associated with the sound frequencies produced by the human body. Now, we delve deeper into the role of resonance in the Gateway system and its impact on the body and consciousness. Yoga, Zen, and transcendental meditation, when practiced over an extended period, can bring about a change in the sound frequency with which the human heart resonates throughout the entire body. This change in resonance eliminates what is known as the bifurcation echo, a phenomenon occurring when the pressure pulse of the heartbeat rebounds and starts traveling up the aorta, by inducing a state of deep relaxation. The Gateway tapes aim to quiet the body and gradually diminish the bifurcation echo. As the heart reduces the force and frequency with which it pushes blood into the aorta, a regular, rhythmic sine wave pattern of sound emerges. This pattern resonates throughout the body and rises up into the head, creating sustained resonance. This sine wave pattern has an amplitude approximately 3 times greater than the average sound volume produced by the heart under normal conditions. Scientists are still discovering ways that the heart communicates with the rest of the body, and in fact it even has its own host of neurons much like the ones in the brain. According to Bentov, this resonance has significant importance as it is directly transmitted to and impacts the brain. The vibration resulting from resonance is received and transmitted into the brain via the fluid-filled ventricles. This, in turn, generates an electromagnetic pulse that stimulates the brain, increasing the amplitude and frequency of brainwave output. These findings align with the observations made by Dr. Twemlow in his research on the effects of hemi-sync tapes. Additionally, the brain, contained within a tight membrane called the dura and cushioned by a thin layer of fluid between it and the skull, exhibits micromotion. The coherent resonance produced by the relaxed heart reaches the fluid layer surrounding the brain, causing it to move up and down in a continuous pattern, approximately 0.005 to 0.010 millimeters. Remarkably, the body's ability to sustain this movement despite minimal energy involved is due to the self-reinforcing character of resonant behavior. This resonance within the body creates a tuned vibrational system, which transfers energy in a range of approximately 6.8 to 7.5 Hz into the Earth's ionospheric cavity. The Earth's ionosphere itself resonates at about 7 to 7.5 Hz. Bentov describes this process as a long wavelength of about 40,000 kilometers, capable of transmitting signals through the electrostatic field in which we are immersed. This provides an ideal medium for conveying telepathic signals. The Gateway process aims to rapidly induce a state of profound calm within the nervous system, significantly lower blood pressure, and cause various physical organ systems, including the circulatory system and skeleton, to vibrate coherently at approximately 7 to 7.5 cycles per second. This resonance creates a regular, repetitive sound wave that propagates in harmony with the Earth's electrostatic field. As the body becomes a coherent oscillator vibrating in harmony with the surrounding electrostatic medium, the specific exercises included in the Gateway tapes help the participant build up the energy field surrounding their body. This is achieved by entraining with the Earth's energy field, which the body can now resonate with. The result is a homogeneity of the body's energy field with its surrounding environment, allowing the movement of consciousness into the environment as the two electromagnetic mediums become a single energy continuum. The same process that moves the brain into focused coherence at increasing levels of frequency and amplitude also enhances bodily energy levels. Picture this, my curious comrades: the human mind, that intricate web of thoughts and perceptions, has its own unique way of processing the vast amount of information it encounters. We can envision this process by imagining a holographic input, with a three-dimensional grid system superimposed over it. Quite the mental image, isn't it? Now, within this intricate framework, all the energy patterns can be described using mathematics to reduce the data to a two-dimensional form. Our minds, it seems, operate on a simple binary go/no-go system, just like those digital computers we're so fond of. So, once our minds superimpose a three-dimensional matrix over the holographic information it wishes to interpret and mathematically reduces it to a two-dimensional form, it can process it with its fundamental binary system. It's like a computer made by the hand of man, crunching through volumes of data and making comparisons between stored information and the incoming data. But here's the kicker, my friends. Our minds perceive the world by making comparisons, constantly seeking out differences. As the great Bentov puts it, our whole reality is constructed by constantly making such comparisons. Whenever we perceive something, we always perceive differences only. Our perception is all about those comparisons, highlighting the distinctions that shape our understanding of the world. To better comprehend this, perhaps recall a time when you were sitting at a red light and a semi-truck is positioned next to you. The lane that the semi is in happens to be moving along much faster than yours, resulting in a clash of perception and reality. While your brain sees the truck not moving at all, you may feel a false sensation of moving backwards. This false perception of reality arises because you are only limited to your own perception, which is governed by differences. Your velocity relative to the semi-truck's velocity could be interpreted in different ways. Now, let's talk about the mind-blowing impact of the gateway process on human consciousness. You see, as gateway refines the energy matrix of the mind, it expands and alters our consciousness. It allows us to perceive without relying solely on our physical senses, opening up the possibility of perceiving more of the universal hologram. And hey, we're not talking about sense perception here, folks. We're venturing into the realms beyond, where the extraordinary becomes accessible. The idea of the universal hologram is a concept that suggests that the entire universe, including all its parts, is interconnected and can be thought of as a hologram. Let's break it down in simple terms. Let's use the example of water flash freezing to explain the concept of the universal hologram. Imagine you have a glass of water, and you want to freeze it quickly. Normally, when you freeze water, it turns into ice gradually from the outside to the inside. However, in the process of flash freezing, the entire glass of water freezes instantaneously, creating ice in a fraction of a second. Now, let's think of the water as a representation of the universe. In the context of the universal hologram, the idea is that if we were to freeze any tiny portion of that water, the frozen ice would contain within it the information of the entire glass of water. So, if we were to take a droplet of the flash-frozen ice from the glass, it would still carry the essence of the whole glass of water within it. Even though it's just a tiny portion, it encapsulates the properties, structure, and nature of the entire volume of water. Similarly, the universal hologram proposes that the universe operates in a way where each part contains the information of the whole. Every individual aspect, whether it's a subatomic particle, a galaxy, or even a human being, is like a frozen droplet of water that holds within it the fundamental blueprint of the entire cosmos. This means that if we could somehow examine and understand that tiny portion, we would gain insights into the larger picture of the universe. It suggests that the universe is interconnected at a fundamental level, and by exploring and understanding the smaller parts, we can gain a deeper understanding of the whole. Just as the flash-frozen droplet of water provides a glimpse into the properties and nature of the entire glass, The universal hologram suggests that each part of the universe can offer insights into the greater mysteries and interconnectedness of the cosmos, providing us with a more holistic perspective of reality. The more water you have, the more accurate the interpolation of the rest of the picture becomes. In the context of the universal hologram, this idea translates to having a greater amount of information available for a more comprehensive understanding of the universe. The gateway files suggest a notion that goes against intuitive perceptions. Initially, one might believe that consciousness is a byproduct of the brain. However, according to this, it's quite the opposite. You see, in order for the physical brain to exist, a universal consciousness known as the Absolute must first create a hologram of it, and then perceive the universe through it. This follows the logic that we are merely the universe experiencing itself. After all, we are just a collection of cleverly arranged packets of energy that formed through quote-unquote dead processes within the universe. This suggests that everything you see, touch or smell is part of this vast interconnected consciousness. It is only through the interface of the brain that perception arises. Who knows, maybe trees and other plants are tapped into this same conscious energy and are no different from us. The brilliant Marilyn Ferguson notes that the theories of Pre-Bram and Bohm, which we've been exploring, seem to account for all sorts of transcendental experiences, paranormal events, and even those normal, perceptual oddities that make you scratch your head. It's a mind-bending marriage of brain research and theoretical physics, dismantling the notion of the supernatural and placing it squarely within the realm of nature. Mystics throughout the ages suddenly make sense, thanks to this radical reorientation of our understanding of consciousness. Let's take a moment to appreciate the aspect that sets human thought apart from the consciousness of plants or animals. It's that nifty little feature called self-cognition, my fellow thinkers. Humans not only know but also know that they know. We have the ability to monitor our own thinking process and maintain awareness of it. We can even conduct comparative assessments, evaluating our thought processes against various objective standards we've adopted. How do we do this, you ask? Well, our remarkable consciousness has a mechanism for duplicating aspects of its own hologram, projecting them out for perception. It then engages in a comparison with the memory aspect, where our evaluation standards reside, and measures the differences. It's like using three-dimensional geometry and a binary go/no-go pulse to yield verbal cognition about ourselves. Quite the cognitive feat, wouldn't you agree? In our quest to understand the limitless potential of human consciousness, we must explore the advantages of detaching from the physical body before venturing into other dimensions. This detachment, often referred to as clicking out, enables us to tap into realms beyond time and space more effectively. Picture it as starting from a higher vantage point, allowing our consciousness to interact and communicate with these dimensions more effortlessly. By clicking out, we provide our consciousness with extra time to traverse the layers between dimensions. As a result, the enhanced energy output of our consciousness becomes attuned to the new environment it encounters, further amplifying our altered state of awareness. This self-reinforcing process opens the doors to extraordinary possibilities, allowing us to travel further and delve deeper into these awe-inspiring realms. The out-of-body state, my friends, emerges as an incredibly potent method to accelerate the expansion of consciousness and connect with dimensions beyond time and space. Imagine the immense potential for personal growth and the profound interactions we can experience through this remarkable phenomenon. Now, let's focus our brainwaves to the broader perspective of our intellectual journey. We've discussed the complexity of the hologram created by the interplay of energy patterns from all dimensions, including time-space. Our minds, acting as energy fields, interact with this hologram, allowing us to perceive and process information through our left hemisphere, a process we call thinking. This hologram, a finite embodiment of the infinite consciousness of the Absolute, reflects the pool of energy in perfect rest that underlies the physical universe. It's like a deep sea, with storm-tossed waves symbolizing the physical universe and the still depths representing the dimension of the absolute. From the widely accepted Big Bang theory, we now envision a conceptual model known as the torus. This immense, self-contained spiral shape depicts the evolution of time-space. Just as smaller processes mirror larger ones, galaxies and quasars provide insights into the formation of the universe. According to Bentov, our universe follows a similar pattern to that of quasars ejecting matter from their interiors. Matter in our universe enters an ovoid pattern, forming a cosmic egg after it's ejected from a nucleus composed of compressed energy through a white hole. As this matter progresses along the egg's shell, time becomes a measure of its evolutionary movement, culminating in its departure through a black hole. Our particular universe finds its place near the top of the cosmic egg. Galaxies to the north appear to move away faster as matter falls back on itself, causing a downturn in the stream towards the cosmic egg's far end. Layered over this cosmic egg is the absolute, the sustaining radiating nucleus from which the original matter jet emerged. And within this cosmic interplay, the universal hologram or torus comes alive, weaving a tapestry of interconnectedness and intricate patterns that transcend our limited perception. Within the dance of the torus, every particle, every thought, and every moment resonates with the harmonious rhythm of existence. In simple terms, this passage explains the idea of the torus, which is a conceptual model describing the evolution of time-space in our universe. Similar to how quasars expel matter from their interiors, our universe follows a pattern where matter is ejected from a nucleus of compressed energy through a white hole, forming an ovoid pattern known as the cosmic egg. As matter progresses along the shell of the cosmic egg, time represents its evolutionary movement, ultimately leading to its departure through a black hole. Our universe occupies a position near the top of the cosmic egg, and as matter falls back on itself, galaxies located to the north appear to move away faster. This creates a downturn in the stream of matter towards the far end of the cosmic egg. Overlapping the cosmic egg is the absolute, a radiating nucleus that sustains and gives rise to the original matter jet. Within this dynamic interplay, the universal hologram or torus emerges, connecting everything in intricate patterns that go beyond our limited perception. Every particle, thought, and moment resonates with the harmonious rhythm of existence within the dance of the torus. Yeah, if this sounds ridiculous, it's because it is. This is a wild concept and challenges modern scientific theories. Alas, let me remind you that this was all included in an official report that discussed real studies. Now, imagine the gateway technique as a portal that enables us to navigate the vastness of consciousness. It acts as a bridge between our ordinary state of awareness and the profound realms that lie beyond. Through a series of specialized exercises and meditative practices, we can train our consciousness to access these gateways and explore the mysteries that await. One essential aspect of the gateway technique is the use of binaural beats, which are specially designed audio frequencies that facilitate brainwave synchronization. These beats help induce specific brainwave states conducive to expanded consciousness, such as the theta and delta states. By entraining our brainwaves, we create an optimal environment for exploring the realms beyond time and space. The gateway technique offers numerous benefits. It enhances our intuitive abilities, heightens self-awareness, and deepens our connection with the universal consciousness. It allows us to tap into higher levels of information and knowledge, gain insights into our own existence, and experience profound states of peace and transcendence. As we delve deeper into the gateway technique, it's crucial to maintain a balance between exploration and grounding. Grounding techniques, such as visualization exercises or connecting with nature, help us integrate and stabilize the experiences we encounter during our journeys. They ensure that we bring back the wisdom and insights gained from these expanded states into our everyday lives. Remember, the gateway technique is not solely about escaping reality. It's about expanding our consciousness, integrating the knowledge gained, and positively transforming our lives. It offers a unique path of personal growth, spiritual development, and a deeper understanding of the interconnectedness of all things. So, my fellow seekers of knowledge and consciousness, let us embrace the gateway technique as a tool for exploration, expansion, and self-discovery. By venturing beyond the limits of our physical existence, we tap into the vast potential of our consciousness and connect with the profound mysteries that await us in the realms beyond. Here's where things take a slight turn and may make you shrug your shoulders and roll your eyes. Throughout history, magic wands, scepters, and staffs have captured the imagination of many cultures. These objects, often carried by monarchs and high priests, seem to hold a symbolic significance deeply ingrained in our collective psyche. They represent power, authority, and a connection to unseen forces. The energy bar tool technique taps into this archetypal symbolism, allowing us to harness and channel energy for various purposes. In the energy bar tool technique, we envision a small, intensely pulsating dot of light. Through the power of our imagination, we charge this dot with immense energy until it vibrates with intensity. Then, we transform it into a sparkling, vibrating cylinder of energy, a manifestation of our intention. With our energy bar tool in hand, we can now direct this powerful energy toward selected parts of our body for healing and revitalization. By channeling force from the universe, we tap into the limitless potential of our own energy to promote well-being and balance within. As ridiculous as it sounds, you could think of it as a way to visualize something that the human mind was never designed to visualize. But the energy bar tool doesn't stop there. It also serves as a portal for another technique called remote viewing. By transforming our energy bar into a whirling vortex, we send our imagination on a quest for new insights and knowledge. The vortex acts as a symbol that communicates our desires to the subconscious mind, which understands the language of nonverbal symbols. The energy bar tool can be further utilized as a living body map technique, enabling us to heal specific areas or systems of the human body. We imagine the outline of our body and visualize the various major systems, such as the nervous and circulatory systems, within this outline. By applying the energy bar tool to these systems, we can energize, balance, and promote healing in the areas we desire. Moving on to more advanced states of consciousness, we come to Focus 15, where the gateway technique allows us to travel into the past. With the aid of additional hemisync frequencies, our consciousness expands even further. Time is visualized as a vast wheel in the universe, and each spoke of the wheel grants access to different parts of our past. Achieving Focus 15 is challenging, but with practice and dedication, it becomes attainable, opening up a wealth of personal history and even unconnected aspects of the past. Sorta like that movie, Lucy, where she gains access to 100% of her brain. Side note, while in college I wrote a paper discussing the possible scientific explanations for the abilities Lucy gains and argued that although the main premise that humans only use 10% of their brain is a huge misconception, some of the feats achieved were plausible. My professor ended up arguing with me about quantum physics despite him being a film teacher, to which I responded with sources and credible information backing up my claims. Anyways, he was not having it. Oh, how I wish I knew about this study back then. Now, let's tune our frequencies to the future with the most advanced state, Focus 21. In Focus 21, we move beyond the boundaries of time and space, aiming to discover glimpses of what lies ahead. Reaching this level requires extensive meditation practice or dedicated use of hemisync tapes over an extended period. It is a truly advanced state that offers profound insights into the possibilities of our future. Finally, we come to the phenomenon that has fascinated many, out-of-body experiences. While the Gateway program doesn't guarantee immediate success in achieving this state, it does provide techniques that facilitate the out-of-body movement. These techniques align our brainwave patterns and personal energy levels with our electromagnetic environment, creating a harmonious state for separation. Techniques such as rolling out, lifting out, or sliding out enable us to separate from our physical bodies and explore the realms beyond. By employing specific hemisync frequencies, like the beta signals at around 2877.3 CPS, we enhance our chances of entering the out-of-body state. It's important to note that achieving out-of-body experiences requires practice and a deep understanding of altered states of consciousness. It is fascinating to note that Bob Monroe, the founder of the Monroe Institute, shared a significant discovery with the Gateway class on May 7, 1983. One of his trainers found that participants could guarantee out-of-body movements by entering a state of rapid eye movement, REM, sleep and then using the hemisync tape technique. REM sleep is the deepest level of ordinary sleep, characterized by complete disengagement of the body's motor cortex functions and nearly complete suppression of consciousness in the left brain hemisphere. This state induces a profound stillness in the body, promoting deep rest and aiding in the elimination of the bifurcation echo. By disengaging the left hemisphere, REM sleep allows the right hemisphere to respond to instructions and suggestions embedded in the hemisync tapes. However, the tapes may not directly induce the out-of-body state but rather focus the brain, creating a residual memory of naturally achieving such a state. In fact, it is postulated that dreams associated with deep levels of sleep, including REM sleep, may be functions of altered consciousness similar to those experienced in focus 12, 15, and 21 states we discussed earlier. The difference lies in the almost complete disengagement of the left hemisphere during REM sleep, making it difficult to retrieve conscious memories of altered states. Achieving an out-of-body state typically requires three conditions: first, attaining a state of profound body quietude, fading the bifurcation echo, and establishing resonance at approximately 4 to 7 Hz, second, synchronizing the brain hemisphere wave patterns, and third, stimulating the right hemisphere to reach a heightened state of alertness, which interferes with hemisphere synchronization but aids in achieving the out-of-body state. Now let's shift our focus to the information collection potential of the out-of-body state, a topic that has garnered significant attention within the Gateway community. The out-of-body state offers individuals the ability to travel instantaneously, both within the terrestrial realm and beyond. However, current limitations stem from information distortion in physical reality. Experiments have been conducted where individuals in the out-of-body state attempted to read a series of computer-generated numbers on the other coast, but none have succeeded in getting all 10 correct. I don't blame them. If I had to travel across the entire country just to read some numbers, I'd be a bit confused too. Seriously, why wasn't the other room down the hall an option? This inability to retrieve accurate information is likely due to encountering energy patterns from the past, thoughts mingling with physical reality, and pseudoscopic views of holographic energy patterns. These challenges highlight the complexity and subtlety of interacting with the universe in an out-of-body state. Moving on to belief system considerations. We find that ancient philosophical insights align with the concepts explored in the Gateway experience. Scholars throughout history, from Tibetan Buddhist sects to the Judeo-Christian tradition, have described the universe as a network of interconnected movements and instantaneous events. 20th century physics, using a left brain, linear, quantitative approach, is now converging with these holistic, intuitional insights. The Gateway technique, with its potential to provide an intuitive and holistic interface with the universal hologram, offers a promising means to discover a unified field theory in physics. Moreover, for those involved in strategic issues, tactical questions, and managerial systems, accessing this new world of intuitive perception and self-reflection may offer objective knowledge. The balanced perception and objective logic hindered by our left brain thinking style can be offset by the holistic form of perception associated with altered states of consciousness. An axiom is a fundamental principle or statement that is accepted as true without requiring proof. It serves as a starting point or basis for reasoning and deduction in a particular system or field of study. Axioms are considered self-evident or intuitively obvious, and they form the foundation upon which theories or systems are built. In mathematics and logic, axioms are used to establish the rules and principles from which mathematical proofs are derived. They are regarded as universally valid and form the core assumptions of a logical or mathematical system. However, in the realm of pure mathematics, axioms can be subject to modification or different interpretations, leading to the development of alternative systems of logic. These alternative systems may have different axioms or rules of inference, which can yield new and distinct mathematical structures. By exploring different axiomatic systems, mathematicians can investigate the logical consequences and possibilities within those systems. This flexibility and exploration of axioms contribute to the richness and diversity of pure mathematics, allowing for the discovery of new theorems, proofs, and mathematical concepts. In order to prove or fully appreciate the findings in the gateway study, new axioms may be needed to be deployed. As we continue our exploration of the gateway experience, we recognize the profound importance of self-knowledge. Ancient mystic philosophers emphasized the axiom, "Know thyself," as the first step toward personal maturity. Modern psychology, through personality testing, supports the idea that understanding ourselves is vital before attempting to navigate the external world. However, no personality test can match the depth of self-perception achieved when the mind enters an altered state of consciousness, perceiving the hologram of itself projected into the universe in a holistic and intuitive manner. This aspect of the gateway experience holds tremendous promise for individuals seeking self-discovery, personal effectiveness, and a deeper understanding of universal truths. Now let's delve into the motivational aspect of the gateway experience and its accelerated mode of entry. The gateway technique is a step-by-step procedure that involves repetitive practice of the techniques, utilizing each new insight gained as a means of penetrating farther during the next practice session. What sets gateway apart from other forms of mental self-discipline, such as transcendental meditation or yoga, is its ability to provide faster progress and wider horizons. The discipline required to practice gateway is well within the means of even the most impatient, result-oriented, skeptical pragmatist of our society. Unlike other systems that demand infinite patience and total personal subservience, gateway can yield at least minimal results within a relatively short time. This early feedback serves as motivation and energizes individuals to continue working with the technique. The speed of progress in gateway seems to be less dependent on the number of hours spent practicing and more related to the individual's ability to utilize the insights gained to release anxieties and stresses within the mind and body. These energy blockages act as barriers to achieving the enhanced energy states and focused mind required for rapid progression. Initially, individuals who are more compulsive or uptight may encounter more barriers to achieving deep or immediate experiences. However, as insights begin to emerge and blockages dissolve, the path ahead becomes clearer, and the value of gateway shifts from being a matter of intellectual assessment to personal experience. In conclusion, there is a sound and rational basis, grounded in physical science parameters, for considering gateway to be plausible in terms of its essential objectives. The intuitive insights gained through gateway hold the potential not only for personal growth but also for practical and professional advancements. However, to bring the time needed to reach advanced states of altered consciousness within manageable limits for widespread utilization, a phased approach for entering the gateway experience in an accelerated mode seems necessary. This approach would enable organizations to exploit the full potential of gateway and integrate its benefits throughout their structures. Now for the part you all have been waiting for. A step-by-step guide on how you can achieve hemi-sync and experience enhanced states of consciousness. Let's delve into the steps that have shown promise in enabling individuals to access altered states of consciousness and practical applications within the gateway framework. Step A. Begin by utilizing the gateway hemi-sync tapes, which aid in enhancing brain focus and inducing hemisphere synchronization. These tapes serve as a foundation for the subsequent steps. Step B. incorporate strong REM sleep frequencies into the practice, facilitating left brain quiescence and deep physical relaxation. This addition further prepares the mind and body for the upcoming stages. Step C. Introduce hypnotic suggestions specifically designed to enable individuals to induce deep autohypnotic states at will. This step empowers individuals to access profound levels of self-hypnosis. Step D. Utilize autohypnotic suggestion to attain enhanced focus of concentration and motivation, allowing for rapid progress through the Focus 12 exercises. Step E. Repeat steps A and B after utilizing autohypnotic suggestion that an out-of-body movement will occur and be remembered. This repetition strengthens the mind's ability to enter the out-of-body state consciously. Step F. Continue with Step E to achieve proficiency in gaining out-of-body states under conscious control. Modify the hypnotic suggestion to emphasize the ability to consciously control out-of-body movement, even after the REM sleep state ends. Step G. Progress towards Focus 15 and 21 objectives, such as escaping time-space and interacting within new dimensions, from the out-of-body perspective. Step H. Adopt a multi-focus approach to solve the problem of distortion in terrestrial information gathering trips. This approach involves 3 individuals in the out-of-body state, each viewing the target object from a different perspective, one in time-space, one at Focus 15, immediate past, and one at Focus 21, immediate future. Comparing the data gathered from these viewpoints enhances effectiveness. Step I. Encourage individuals involved in these experiments to pursue full self-knowledge. This pursuit enhances objectivity in out-of-body observation and thinking while removing personal energy blockages that might impede rapid progress. Step J. Be intellectually prepared to react to possible encounters with intelligent, non-corporeal energy forms when time-space boundaries are exceeded. These encounters may present unique opportunities for exploration and understanding. Step K. Organize groups of people in the Focus 12 state to unite their altered consciousness and construct holographic patterns around sensitive areas. This strategy serves as a means to repulse any potential unwanted out-of-body presences. Step L. Encourage more advanced gateway participants to construct holographic patterns of their successful attainment and rapid progress. These patterns can be shared with and utilized by their colleagues to assist them in progressing through the gateway system. If these experiments are carried through and these steps diligently followed, we hope to truly find a gateway to gateway, a pathway to practical applications for the entire system of techniques that comprise the gateway experience.